Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Shmuseum, and today it is time to head over to Topaz to collect the Lamborghini Huracan STO that is now in the Viola Bast with the yellow accents. It's been done while I've been away on the Black Series tour, and today that means we're going to be going out for the first ever drive. Up to this point, although the car has been sitting in this space in the lineup, I've not driven it other than just parking up a little bit here in the garage. It has about 30 miles on the clock, and we're going to head out for the first drive. And I think as a bit of a rewind back, what else do you do with a pink and yellow Lamborghini other than head into central London? Well, there are many things you do, like taking it to the Nürburgring, road trips, adventures, and those are all going to come. But for now, we need to pick one of the other Shmeemobiles to take, and we're going to head straight over to Topaz to go and see how this looks. As you can tell, we have a little bit of shuffling around to do here at the garage. We're missing some of the cars at the moment. We've brought back the C63 Black Series, which has now been washed up. The G-Wagon is absolutely filthy, and it's actually just been raining pretty badly. So we'll probably take this out for the time being to go over to Topaz. But I am hoping, fingers and toes crossed, that it's going to be nicer weather later on to enjoy it for the first drive. We've got a few things that are missing at the moment. Of course, the GT500 in the USA, the GT Black Series at Opus having the upgrades, the SLS Black Series also at Opus having a few things looked at, but most of the other colours I believe are all here at the moment. Anyway, I am itching to get over to Topaz. I've seen some teaser pictures of how this looks in the Viola Bast with the yellow that we've chosen to go for the contrast pack and the extra black sections as well. And of course the car now has full PPF. So let's get ready, get over there and go see how it is. There are a few things that we have over here, including something we need to take with us, the front number plate as well as the number plate bracket. We haven't actually installed this on the car yet. You have, I think, 3 screw holes that match up with 3 holes on the underside of the actual front. We're not going to use the sticky tape because that will no doubt end up falling off at some point. And we should probably take this as well, which is the front storage compartment area, along with whatever else you have inside the car. But we'll leave these things for the time being. The car cover, the fitted cover, the cleaning and care kits and stuff, that can all stay here. So we'll get those into the G and then we'll get on the move. Well, luckily, it's quickly turned into quite a beautiful day. I'm sure there are going to be some rain showers and thunderstorms that will love to do whatever they can to make it no fun driving a very high-powered rear-wheel drive Lamborghini, but either way, it's looking quite good. So we're going to head over to Topaz, which is not the longest of drives. As we come over the bridge here, we've actually got the arch up ahead. That is Wembley Football Stadium, the England national team stadium. And then go see what this looks like. And like I said, I've seen some teasers, and I'm a little bit excited about it because it's so truly ridiculous, and I think these are colours that only a Lamborghini could wear. But since I did the first basically renders and putting things together, this was always the plan. So this is exactly what we've done as a police tow truck kind of slightly speeds past us, as you do, hey? Anyway, we're heading to Topaz, it's not far to go. The arrival with a whole load of speed bumps, and that's nice, always very, very nice. 812 GTS. Yeah, the STO doesn't do so well over these speed bumps. I'm not actually sure how low the ground clearance in it is going to be. It has a nose lifter. I say it has, it was a £3,000 option or something to add the nose lifter. But it does also have a very low splitter and a lot of carbon fiber. Oh look, it's right outside. Wow. Wow. That's ridiculous. Is that actually my car? Have I gone mad? That's just silly. That's really silly. I love it. And then we've also got the GT2 RS MR and the 992 GT3. Right, let's work out where to park and go have a look at that. Holy moly. Holy moly. I'm looking at the back of it now. I cannot believe I actually own a car like that. Genuinely, like, shocking myself. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all the yellow on it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, right. Let's go have a look. It sounds silly. So they're actually going to be taking the car back inside at Topaz. This is, we need to have a full look through everything basically that we've done to it, but it's going to go back inside to install the plate and that kind of stuff and take a full inspection of it. This is absolutely ridiculous, honestly. This car is beyond ludicrous. I cannot get my head around it. I don't know, it's like I was smoking something when I spec this thing. It's so out there. Here we are then, it is completed. The full transformation at Topaz on the Shmeemobile Lamborghini Huracan STO, my first Lambo. Plus, we now have the front plate installed as well, and I'm aware that I'm probably one of very few Huracan STO owners that will actually install the plate, but it is technically required, and it's not too bad actually how that installs. We do need to put a different plate on it, but we'll talk more about that soon. We have though the full design now matching with the designs that we have in the Cheers by Shmee150 shop. This was the plan. It has now become reality. We have those and more available at cheers.shmee150.com, but this now has PPF, the accents, and a host of other details as well. So all of the Viola Bast paintwork, this very vibrant magenta, has gloss PPF. All of the satin carbon fibre, like here on the louvres over the arches, all has satin PPF over each of these, also around the splitter and any other areas as well. We've then got gloss black PPF, this piano black PPF, for the areas around the front clam, over the roof, over the engine bay cover as well, and also for the wedge that you have down the doors, and that has this incredible finish. It is just like paint, really, really smart, and this is effectively the halo livery that was launched with the STO, which you could have painted from the factory, or you can have a bit of trial and error, so maybe down the line I change some things about this, we shall see. We've then chosen a yellow that perfectly matches with the brake calipers, as you can see, and with the yellow accents that we have inside the car. So that goes all the way around this front section, the rockers as they're called at the side, wrapping back around the intakes back there. I've done the roof snorkel too. Now remember, this was satin carbon fibre, but I really wanted that flash of yellow up top. We've got the end plates on the wing, and then we've got this whole area that wraps around the rear of the car as well. It is absolutely ludicrous, but that's exactly what it should be. Now, one thing I'm slightly wondering about, we've got the satin black on the mirrors. I think if you order the car with satin carbon fibre, those are satin. Of course, everything else that's black is gloss, except for the wheels. So we have satin black wheels and satin black mirrors, but maybe that's something to look at making into gloss black in the future. It's just not so easy to either vinyl this, where you wouldn't get a very nice finish quality, or even use the gloss black PPF because the edges are just a little bit too sharp. So one to think about slightly down the line. Inside, just to quickly show you, we've got all of the yellow accents continuing, the piping and stitching on the seats, the embroideries of the STO logo and the Lamborghini crest, and also continuing across the dash and around the steering wheel as well. So a few yellow accents to match with this look that we now have on the exterior. It is crazy, it is totally mad, but it's exactly what a car like the STO should be. So in a minute, we'll get this started, we will take it outside, and we'll go for what will be the first drive ever for me in my own Lamborghini. The sound is good, and it's time to pull it outside. Out it emerges then, back into daylight, afternoon, heading towards winter sunshine. Those colours, the Viola Bast changes so significantly when it has natural light on it. This really is something to behold, and I know the yellow is not to everyone's taste, but it's a Lambo, it's supposed to be wild, it's supposed to be mad. It's exactly why I decided to do this. It's just crazy. It's just really crazy. Wow. First drive coming up then. Here we are in the Huracan STO. Now I did drive the STO before. Oh, that just says Super Trofeo Omologata, which is the car. Omologato is the car, so I wonder what Omologata means in this respect. Anyway, shuffling all the mirrors. The rear view mirror is useless because you've got a shark fin and a snorkel back there and you can't see anything. We're in STO mode. It doesn't need much by way of a running in, but we'll take the first few miles pretty gently anyway in automatic. Here we go. This is the first time I have driven my Lamborghini Huracan, or my first ever Lamborghini, on the public highway. Like this, it's calm, it's quiet. We've got the lift system here. Lift up the front nose, as I said. This is just in STO, so if we go into Trofeo, it gets a lot noisier, and it says drive performance. Talks about different driving settings, basically. I feel like this is the start of learning something completely new for me. I've been lucky to own a few McLarens, Porsches, Ferraris, but first ever Lambo. And there's not a lot of space in the cabin, by the way. Even I feel like I'm right up towards the top, and I'm not particularly tall. Means a whole new learning curve. Right then, lift system back down. That does actually seem to stay up at a decent speed. I don't quite know exactly where it will go down, but this is where it's like a normal, comfortable Huracan, normal driving. What I miss in this car, I can tell you already from driving in the factory car, is having the ability to customize a mode, like having the more sporty powertrain, but with the softer suspension. Because in here, if you go up into Trofeo, you then have the savagely raw, hardcore suspension, but you do get all the crackles and the nice sounds out of it. So somewhere in the middle is best, if I can say. Anyway, we've got a full tank of fuel, which is very nice of HRO and Lamborghini Pangborn, and Craig and the team over there. We've got the car fully set up for handover. The V10 engine is lovely in Trofeo. That engine is really lovely, but yeah, the ride is firm. This is before, obviously, the valves go completely wild and open up at higher revs. Okay, STO mode. I'm just playing, just learning, working out how all of this works at the moment. Back into automatic. Getting a feel for it all. Looking at those flashes of, well, a darker purple in this light. It changes so much depending on the light, how the car actually looks. Anyway, 32 miles now on the dashboard. Clocking up fast, hey? With all of the average speed cameras and 30 miles per hour zones and incoming 20 mile per hour zones, the driving today is not going to be the most exciting. I must apologise for that. But first observations are in line with what I expected from this car, which is that the seats are very firm and the ride is very rough, but it is quite a dayable car. The gearbox is super smooth. It's actually quite quiet when you're driving very carefully in STO because the valves are closed and it's always in a very high gear. It just went down from 7th gear when I got to 28 miles per hour. So at about 30 miles an hour, you are sitting in 7th gear, the dual clutch gearbox. The steering is very light, and I find the steering a little bit wishy-washy. I'm not the happiest with it. We now have these 20 mile per hour central London speed limits. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, what am I driving? Pink. The yellow end plates are super obvious in the mirror. I've got the bright blue of the G-Wagon behind me. I feel very much like Middle Eastern car over visiting London at the moment with my gangster G-Wagon in tow behind me, the bodyguard car, while we basically just cruise through, go and find some of the old school spots really in the centre of London, some of the old car spotting grounds, and you know, where I started filming Lambos. Never did I ever think I might one day be driving my Lambo to this kind of place, and that's one of the, you know, quite cool things I suppose I could say about this for me, is the reality of this happening and it being quite so Larry. And I've said it a few times and I will keep saying it. I know this isn't everyone's taste, but I don't have a pink car, and I certainly don't have a pink, didn't have a pink and yellow car. It was like, what could be this insane? A Huracan STO, why not? You only live once, literally. This is the perfect opportunity to just have some fun with it and just go crazy. And it's so crazy. I'm looking at it makes me go, what on earth is that? Anyway, very much back in the heart of London, driving around Marble Arch in a Lambo. I haven't actually driven one of my, let's say, supercars, super sports cars, to the centre of London for quite a while. I did bring in the Vantage Roadster, but even that was 2 or 3 months ago. This is the first time driving one of the supercars in maybe even this year. I tend to just drive the G-Wagon or the Taycan, or take an Uber if I'm in the city centre, because it makes more sense, right? Especially with congestion charges and things. The Taycan is the logical. So I'm very aware of everything around me and what's going on. But yeah, this has actually changed since I was last here. The road layout, lanes and stuff. But we'll go for a cruise this way, head down Park Lane and go find the famous Harrods loop. Take it very gently and easily and smoothly. It's up to 30 miles an hour here at least, but the valves in this car, like I said, 7th gear at 28, 27 miles an hour and I'm in 7th gear, 26 miles an hour and it's dropped down. That's, yeah, obviously playing the emissions game, part of homologating the car and whatnot. But it is very quiet like this, and I have got a little bit more accustomed to the roughness of it. It's not quite so harsh on my back now as it was initially. Anyway, rolling down towards Hyde Park Corner, and then we'll go to Knightsbridge. Just go for a loop. Well, here we are then, in Knightsbridge, with the sun setting and some very moody skies. with a G-Wagon in tow to the Huracan STO. We're going to come down here and then, oh, red traffic lights anyway. So that doesn't help, but go around. This is where in the past I've filmed so many cool cars. Bugattis, Paganis, new models of just about everything you can imagine. Rolls-Royce just up ahead turning across. If we go this way, then the indicators in here are a little bit peculiar and take a touch of learning. Rolls-Royce Phantom just 2 ahead. We'll head round. Gosh. I used to spend a lot of time around here when I was a little bit younger and in the earlier stages of YouTube, we could say. So the good news is, even over that bump, I didn't use the lift system. It's not actually that bad. Conscious of the width though. M4. I heard that. A kid shouted, "Oh my god." Yes, I think that would be my reaction as well, normally to something like this. What's going on here? Tight squeeze. Carefully does it. I feel like I'm still learning the car. It's very hard to gauge the size and scale of this car. Like, really hard. Which is a bit of a challenge. Another G-Wagon. I go around this way. Oh, there we go. Huracan Evo Spider. Is that in green? And an Aventador SVJ. Yeah, SVJ Roadster. In front of that, a Mulsanne. On the other side, a Flying Spur. Just London things, Knightsbridge things. The stuff that you see around here, hey? Oh, fun times. Out on Sloane Street, there is a Brabus G700 new G-Wagon with the full Widestar package, just chilling there at the side. And we're going to head actually to a quick stop point, I think, around the corner. Just normal London traffic, Gunter Works and an Urus. That's very cool. That's very cool. US plate as well. Wow. Spontaneous car meet. Didn't expect to see that. We've just pulled up here, parked up these two, and that looks totally out of this world. It is time then to head back to the Shmuseum. Let's get this started. Yes, okay. It will get much, much better. We're at 42 miles now. 42 whole miles on the clock. Yeah, let's go. I think. Hopefully I get this right. Can't really see very much. Total blind spots, unfortunately. So this is a wild stab in the dark if it's safe to go, but let's try. Maybe, maybe not. The STO is back at the Shmuseum and it looks mad. It's just like collection day. It's almost overwhelming how crazy this thing actually is. And to be here now with the new details as well, all of the black sections, all of the very bright yellow sections, and to see it with all of the other cars also is just even crazier. And obviously there are lots of cars in the collection that have this dual tone vibe going on. The cerulean blue with navy on the Senna, the red with the gold on the GT, the purple with the silver on the LT, the blue with the orange on the GT8, and now the Viola Bast with the giallo accents on the STO. And as I said, I might change some things. You know, it's not necessarily committed like this. Perhaps down the line, I'll replace these with painted sections. If I decide to keep it that way, we will choose as and when it feels appropriate. On the halo scheme as the car launched, it does actually come also with almost these pinstripe accents that run around some of the gloss black sections and up over the roof and around the louvres back here also. But I thought that would be a little bit too much. So I wanted to do it this way. Like I said, if I want to change it, that can all happen down the line. For the time being, this is how the car was imagined and it looks absolutely bonkers. There's just no way to describe it. I know the number plate thing is going to be a sore point for many. It would probably look better without a front plate, but it is the law, and I do have front plates on every single one of my cars, so I didn't want this to be any different. I think it's quite fun, given they all match together basically with the 10, obviously, for the V10 engine that it has behind. But this has turned out exactly as the renders made it look, with the exception that perhaps the paint colour itself is a little bit more vibrant, but obviously the resulting effect is spot on and exactly in line with what was intended when doing it in the first place. For now though, so pleased with the result. A huge thanks to Topaz for all of their work, as always. The first short little drive I've driven is about 20 miles, so it doesn't really count. Sitting here now on about 50 or something like that. But we'll need to get it parked back up, plugged into its CTEC smart charger, the Lamborghini CTEC smart charger provided with the car, and then pop it back under a cover for the time being. But the Huracan STO is ready and raring for action. Now transformed, now driven for the first time, and ready for some pretty good fun ahead, including maybe a track day if I can get some more running in mileage before very long. And that will be a lot of fun, I'm sure. So thank you very much for joining, guys. I hope that you like the car. If you don't, I'm sorry. I wanted to go mad with it, and that's the result. But that's it for this time. Thanks for watching as always. Your support is hugely appreciated, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.